So welcome. I'm Crystal Rose for those of you that have not met me. I am a yoga teacher, Reiki practitioner, and I live in Boston. And today's practice we'll do about 5 or so minutes of straight pranayama, and then I'll lead you through a little Ahimsa meditation. And we'll just get started a little bit. For those of you that don't know, Ahimsa is the first yama, and yamas are the first limb of yoga, according to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Ahimsa means non-violent or non-harm. It's really kind of embodies unconditional love and unrestricted compassion, right? Just always having compassion for everyone. And a lot of people kind of, as a person that was vegetarian and was vegan for about 12 years, I feel like a lot of yoga people call it like being vegetarian, and then that's ahimsa. But ahimsa is like far deeper than that, right? It's not just what we consume. It's also, you know, being practical in the way we treat the earth with whatever we choose to consume. It also is the way we express ourselves to others or how we treat them, really. So it's not ahimsa to kind of spread those negative energies like shame or resentment or anxiety, aggression or force. A lot of people say, well, I'm practicing ahimsa because I don't physically harm anyone. But that old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, is not true, right? At an energetic level, when someone says something negative to us, we can like feel that, and that can like, we'll take that with us for like years to come sometimes. So we have to learn how to speak to others, right? So sometimes when we speak to other people, maybe taking a moment to think about, would we say that to a child, right? Would we say something negative to a child? But ahimsa is also asking us to be nice to ourselves. Humans have up to 60,000 thoughts per day, supposedly, according to the National Science Foundation. That's a lot of fucking thoughts. And they say 90% of those thoughts are repetitive thoughts that you have every single day, over and over again, from one day, from 10 years from now, from 20 years from now. And then 85 of those are negative thoughts. So, and how many of those are negative self-talk? So today in meditation, we'll kind of delve into that, but we'll get started with just an easy breathing technique. So we'll just get kind of situated so you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Maybe you have like a little drishti of something in front of you you want to look at. And then just take a moment to arrive before we get into the different pranayama techniques. I want you just to kind of settle down, right? It's in the morning time possibly, or unless you're doing the recording. So there's probably a lot of stuff coming on, right? Distractions from the morning, things that you have done, things that you still have to do today, maybe some residue from the night before, from your dreams. Sometimes those can energetically affect us throughout the rest of the day. So can you just take a moment to detach yourself from all of those things, right? Detaching yourself from nothing or from everything that is not the present moment. And then tap into the undoing, or like the nothingness of just being right here in the present moment. So you have each and every breath, maybe each and every rise and fall of the heart. Maybe even tap into the sounds around you or the smell, anything that's right here, right now, right? And then just take a moment to observe the breath. Noticing the movement of the heart, noticing the length of the breath. Are your inhales or your exhales longer than one another? What about the temperature of the breath? Is the temperature kind of warm as you exhale? A little bit cooling as you inhale? Is there a texture? Is it a little bit dry or a little bit moist? Is it a little bit raspy? Can you allow it to be a little bit more smooth? And then can you begin to tap into the sacred space between the breath, right? That sacred pause. As you inhale, there's that holding of the breath within the lungs. And then as you exhale, there's that holding of the breath at the bottom. Maybe you begin to elongate them just a little bit, just for an extra second or so, connecting to those sacred pauses, those areas of rest. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, just feel the body relax. Begin to flutter open your eyes. We're going to start with Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So for this, we're going to bend the index and middle finger of our right hand. If you're left-handed, you can also do it with your left hand. But for me, I'm right-handed, so it's easier this way. And then we're going to bring the thumb to frame the right nostril. And then the ring finger is going to frame the left nostril. And then what we're going to do is we're going to plug that left nostril. And then we're going to breathe in through the right nose. And then we're going to plug the right. Hold for a moment. Exhale left. And then inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. So just continue like this for a few moments, moving at your own pace. If it doesn't serve you, you're always welcome to, find another breathing technique. But this technique is really good for balancing out the left and right side of the brain, balancing the yin and yang within the body, the lunar and solar, the masculine and feminine. We're going to do this one for about a minute, so continue on. See if you can elongate a little bit more. Holding at the top between each and every breath. Do 2 more on each side, ending with an exhale on the left side. And then whenever you're done, bring your hand back down to the earth, keep your eyes closed or soft, and just take a moment to notice how you feel. Taking a moment to notice if you feel any different, if maybe the nose feels a little bit clearer, maybe the brain feels a little bit clearer. And then take this moment to practice ahimsa towards yourself. Did you get messed up a couple of times? That's okay. No need to talk negatively about the way you breathe this morning, right? That's something so minuscule that you don't need to bring up. Doesn't affect your day-to-day. So know that just because you're here and you're trying, that's enough. It's more than enough. And before we get into our next breathing technique, we're gonna go into another breathing technique. It's a little, you can keep your eyes closed for this one though. So we're going to find a square breath. So we're going to take a deep inhale for 4. We're going to hold at the top for 4. And then exhale for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold at the top for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale 4. Hold for 4. Exhale 4. Hold for 4. Inhale 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. And then continue like this, maybe adding a couple of extra seconds if you can. Continuously to count, right? The counting allows us to stay present and allows us to stay here. Just a few more rounds. And then come back to your normal breathing and just notice how you feel. The next breath technique we're going to do is my favorite. You might want to open your eyes, or maybe you're able to just kind of follow along. We're going to cover the eyes with all 4 of our long fingers. Our eyes going to be nice and closed, and then we're going to gently bring our thumbs to that little, I'm not going to call it what I'm going to call it, what I usually call it, the little flap on the ears. And then we're going to plug them gently, right? You don't want to really press hard. You just want to plug them so that you feel that you can't hear as well. And then we're going to Om. So, but we're not going to open the mouth. So we're kind of humming the Om. So we're going to go inhale. And then as we exhale, it's called bumblebee breath. So we're going to do 10 of these. So it's going to be for a little bit longer than a minute. This one makes me feel almost euphoric. So just begin to start, and whenever you're done with your 10, just bring your hands by your sides and then reconnect to your normal breathing, noticing how you feel. So inhale. Whenever you're done, just simply sit with your own breath, noticing how you feel. Noticing if anything's popping up for you. Notice if you feel some kind of bliss. Taking a moment here to tap into this Ahimsa meditation, take a moment to reflect. It's early in the morning. Have you already said something negative towards yourself? What's the attitude you treat yourself with? Is it shame? Is it guilt? Do you often feel anxious or want to quit or lazy? Noticing all the things that may not serve you. And try to bring a little bit more compassion and kindness to yourself. Maybe that comes with how you practice yoga. Often in class, we tend to look around at other people, comparing ourselves. Sometimes we base our self-worth on poses we can do or not do. Sometimes we take moments of not liking our body. Can you remember that your body is here to serve you? It is here to allow you to walk day to day. It is the container of your soul. Do you get mad at yourself if your mind begins to chatter in Shavasana or meditation? Know that this is just normal. And with practice, the mind will still a little bit more frequently and a little bit more easy. Trying to weed out those seeds of negativity or of self-harm or self-criticism. Because if we allow these seeds of negativity to grow within us, they just begin to multiply. Obviously, we can't fully ignore all of the negative thoughts for the rest of our lives. Eventually, we need to address them, find the root, heal, and then let go. But we don't need them to take over our day-to-day, every second. We don't need to have 60,000 negative thoughts. Rather than celebrating the gifts of who we are, we tend to judge ourselves and compare and criticize. And then at times these thoughts slowly grow and they translate into words and actions. And eventually, if you're highly critical on yourself, you eventually become really critical of others. And you don't get to send these positive, beautiful vibes that you truly hold in the center of your heart to the world. So take a moment here. Create a space of acceptance and of appreciation for the innate beauty and wholeness, that imperfect perfection of yourself and the people around you. And this will strengthen the roots of Ahimsa within us and within the universe. Take a moment here to cultivate an intention for your day. Whether it's practicing Ahimsa towards yourself or towards others, just one thing that you can do to bring more compassion and kindness to the world. And then maybe you bring your left hand to your heart and bring your right hand right above it. And then make yourself that promise. Accept yourself, accept others, appreciate yourself. Appreciate others. Whatever that intention that you cultivated is, take a deep inhale, fill the body with that intention. And as you exhale, send it out into the universe. You can continue to sit here in your meditation for as long as you'd like. Connecting to your breath, connecting to your intention, connecting to the kindness and compassion at the center of your chest. Remembering that you're full of unconditional love for yourself and for others. You're welcome to sit here for as long as you'd like, as I am going to sign off. Namaste.